I came to the big event, it was just on a whim. My wife was pregnant, and the child in her womb, they had found a heart defect. I came in one day and I said to her, I said, you know, there's a church in Chattanooga, I've heard a little bit about it. Why don't we just go? Why don't we just get away and just try it and just see what happens? And so we just literally packed up the car that day and came up here, and we found ourselves in the perfect scenario between needing a miracle and the will of God and the providence of God, and some incredible things just transpired. That morning, I got up about 5 a.m. and I went walking in downtown Chattanooga, and I literally, from the belly of who I am, I cried out to God. I said, God, I need you. I'm at the bottom, and it was dark in our life, and just we had no hope. We had the diagnosis of our soon-to-be-born child. It was grim. I got up early that morning. I walked downtown Chattanooga. I said, God, if you're there, help me. And it was like God said, I'm here. I'm going to help you. I'm going to prove myself to you. That night I came, and Tommy Bates got on the piano, and he started singing that Psalms 2 song, Thou, O Lord, art a shield for me. That night was just pivotal for me. My insides broke. I felt like I transitioned into something new. And the following morning, we went up for the altar just to receive a final fresh touch before we went back to the low country where we pastor. And on the side, I saw Tommy Bates coming by, and I just was kind of actually about to go back to my seat, and he proceeded to call me up and gave me some words I felt like no one could have known but God speaking through him, along the lines of, you came here burned out, you came here trying to fade and hide and sort of recluse yourself, and that is exactly what I was trying to do. I'd actually told my wife on the way up, I'm going here because I can hide. He called me up and just said, I see cultures coming into your church. I see an anointing that's going to help you. Things are about to change. And that's where really the transition for our church began, right there. That was the pivotal moment. I came here as a pastor, as an evangelist, as a preacher, but I went home as a spiritual father. Something awakened inside of me that literally caused me to no longer be the preacher over a group of people. I felt like when I went home, there was a switch of faith that came on in me that was a spiritual mantle of fatherhood that just gripped me and grabbed me. And when I went back to home to what was then at the time a smaller church, I became, in a sense, their spiritual father, and that changed our church. Since then, our church multiplied 10 times over. We had to relocate facilities because we outgrew the one we were in. There was just immediate, current and long-term change due and springing from that moment at the big event. It totally was the plumb line, the hinge pin. It was the catalyst that changed our church and our ministry. I'm going to give you the #1 reason why people should attend this conference. Because there is power in place. It was the power of the presence of Abba's house. Whatever is on this property, whatever God has DNA'd to be on this campus, literally got into my heart, spirit, soul, and body. It got into our bones, and that spiritual Father anointing came on me. But listen to me, this conference, it was the power of the place. Sitting in this conference, it was the presence in this house. I can't explain it. It can only be experienced, and I just strongly encourage you, you have to experience it.